the thing that I was actually thinking too. I think that folks didn't like Alvin Gentry rotations, but we did see him give Zoe some space to like do his thing. We seen him give Zoe some space to run and play, get the ball to Zion, and I think that some of the names that come up, some of the names that come up as replacements, the Mark Jacksons and all of that stuff. Um, I don't know because I think that Mark Jackson is dope. He gonna enforce the defense, but what we seen from Lonzo, that's his strength right now. What we seen from Mark Jackson in the past, and maybe he didn't learn from his mistakes or whatnot. But he one of the things that he got that got him up out of Houston, I mean up out of Golden State. That's where I want to see LeVar gonna be the coach. And if I make a video about it, that's gonna be the part of the kicker is we're gonna have to discuss what that would look like. But I think that one of the things that I see with Mark Jackson being the issue is that the thing that hurt him the most in Golden State was the ball movement, right? It was the set plays. It wasn't. The shit was too slow. You got Steve Kerr in there, and they started running that offense that I feel like would be more in line with what would be best for the kids. So, but obviously, I think that some of the biggest complaints that folks have about Zoe is that he pushed the ball up and then go stand somewhere in the corner. So if you get a guy like Mark Jackson or maybe one of these coaches who are going to run a play, maybe they might put him more in a pick and roll situation. Maybe they might have him incorporate the offense in the half court set a little bit more, which you don't get to see a lot, you know what I'm saying, outside of Zion in the post, throw it down to him, let him go get a bucket. Luke Walton twin, very happy he's out of there. Haha. yeah. Him and Luke Walton. That's all I'm saying though, but you really have to look at this, right? You can say that's Luke Walton twin, and there's some shade there, but what you have to see is the common denominator between both them dudes is Lonzo Ball. And they kind of both put him in the same shitty ass situations. So you gotta think, is that what they were seeing from him and felt like that's the best thing, the best position that we could put him in? Or were they both just not seeing the writing on the wall? You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of the way I look at it for a second there. I think that one of the dope places that one of the dope folks who have been in the coaching conversation for the past couple of years is the dude Jason Kidd. And I remember, I think I just seen him in the news as maybe a good maybe somebody who was up for a different coaching job, but that's the dude who they have always compared Lonzo Ball to. Now, obviously, he said some things I believe about Lonzo when it first jumped off, just about like there's not no real comparison there from the two of us. That might have to be worked out, but I believe that just as a pure point guard, as somebody who is, hey, hold on, man, one of my guys just jumped in here, man. I'm gonna see what he's talking about, man. If he on that BS or not today. No. Hey, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We got ball facts.
You said if I'm on that BS, huh?
That BS today, man. I know you know how to.
What BS have I ever been on? You gotta let me know.
Nah, you ain't been on the BS, man. You be solid, man. You be solid out here. You wanted the only folks who give my dog Jello the respect that he deserves. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm okay with being the guy on the other side of the street sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on one path, I'm on the other, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let me sit down. I got to throw these on because they got you. Nah, but that's what you got to be, man. That's the problem with in today's society, man. Everybody trying to walk on the same side of the road. Everybody trying to take the same path. It's a fork in the road, and everybody just like, which way you going? Which way you going? I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way. And hello,
can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just the way my setup is right now. I got you coming through the loudspeakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to get you through the headphones.
I came on here just to show support because I rock with you heavy. So, you know, I'm like, let me get on here and see what you're talking about. I'm sure you got to be talking about
Dang,
Lonzo, Pelicans,
can
Alvin
you hear
Gentry,
me?
right?
I got you. Hello, say something for the kid.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man, but it ain't. These headphones ain't working. But now you
Tell
good.
me.
You good. You know what? I appreciate that, man. You hopping on here. You know what I'm saying? Showing the love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm supposed to do something with hoop jargon. Just time don't be allowing. Like literally, was the perfect time when you put that in the chat. I'm like, it's the perfect time. Let me get on here and spit some facts with my man AB. Because I say 70% of the time we agree, then other times we don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But
but
that's a good thing.
definitely got to support because you've been riding for a minute, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you've been talking about. I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's got to be the Pelicans, Alvin Gentry, Lonzo. It's got to be
Yeah.
that. That's what the hot topic is.
Yeah. We was talking about that for a second. I really wanted. I'm testing out the StreamYard situation. I love this fact that like you could just send the link out and then bring people in. That's the coldest thing ever.
Oh yeah,
So
bro, that's fire. I'm gonna have to
mm,
jump on that.
yeah, that you ain't got to do the Skype and the OBS and trying to bring it in and all the extra stuff that I was trying to do before. But so I like this. So, but you're right though. We were talking about that. We started getting into that conversation, and I was basically saying that I heard folks say Mark Jackson, bring his name up as somebody who they might want to coach. I don't know if I like that 100%. Just on the fact that when he was at the Warriors, the reason why they got him out there is because he wasn't about the ball movement wasn't what folks wanted to see from that team. Steve Kerr came in there and got them playing like, you know what I'm saying, lights out, turn everybody into Hall of Famers. And they was getting better under Mark Jackson, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So he a hard-nosed defensive dude, but I don't know what his offense is talking about.
That's a tough one because, like, I didn't think they got rid of him because he was running too slow. Because I mean, every year the man was progressing. Like every year the team was getting better. So I don't even know why they pulled him out. But I'm kind of like this. I don't think that Mark Jackson is gonna pop up on the scene and say like, we're gonna give Lonzo however many minutes he wants and we're gonna run fast. Like I'm not sure he's gonna do all that.
Yeah.
It might he get in there and he gonna say we're gonna hang our hat on defense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then everybody looking dumb. I threw a video. I did a video today and I threw out a name. I said I would love to see Jermaine Jackson in that job.
Oh, chill. This is that 30% that you was talking about. You talking about Jermaine Jackson, mellow manager?
We talking about the coach Aspire, yeah, the ex NBA player who knows the deal. That's what I'm talking about. Who you talking about? I don't know.
That's the same person. Yeah. I don't know about that one.
But this is the thing. People sit up there and say LeVar, even though that sounds like kind of dumb or whatever. Like I think it would be a good idea. Of course, he would never do it. He got to be at the crib with Tina, I think. But when you say a name like Jermaine Jackson, why is that laughed at? This dude is verified.
Yeah. Here's why I would say because I think you bring in the dude like Jermaine Jackson, and this is to the thing that you said about Mark Jackson as well. Of like you don't think that he's going to give the keys to Lonzo Ball, and I believe I don't know if he's supposed to have the keys, and you're supposed to say you can play whatever minutes you can play, and you're supposed to. So I don't know if you bring in a coach that's going to bring the best out of Lonzo Ball because I don't know if at this point if the best out of Lonzo Ball means that you're gonna have the best team possible.
I'll give you that. Like on a regular NBA team, I have to concede to this that Lonzo Ball he's not like that great a player on a regular NBA team with regular plays, regular rotations. He's not. Now,
Yeah.
Let's say he was on a team with his brothers, then you give the keys to Lonzo because he's
Yeah.
going to make sure LaMelo and Jello eat. So, I mean, yeah, like whoever goes to coach that team, you wouldn't be under LeVar's thumb no matter if you was Jermaine Jackson or whoever. You just have to do whatever they saying and you make your money and you try to get wins. Like for Lonzo to be successful, he's going to have to upgrade his play. Like, you know, he can't just be the Chino Hills demigod. Like, he's gonna have to, you know, be able to make layups and do basic things. And it's kind of like he thought that he was gonna be able to come in and just have that, but he don't got it under regular circumstances. So everybody's saying, like, you got to make up all these excuses for Lonzo Ball that the weather has to be 98.5 degrees for this man to win, right? But the truth is, like, that's the facts. Even if it's negative, it's negative. That's just a fact. Like, he was really brought up under specific conditions in Chino Hills and all the AAU. He played the exact same way all the way through. So when I say this man needs those conditions, he does.
Yeah, you're right. It's not an excuse. It's a fact. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that makes sense, right? And people see this all the time, right? With dudes who end up being all-stars, Hall of Famers, and they have great careers because the conditions are perfect. Think about Draymond Green. Everybody say Draymond Green has been an all-star over and over and over, all defense, all NBA, woo, 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 champion. You take him on any other team damn near, and we don't even know who Draymond Green is damn near at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Some people are specialists and they need conditions. I always people get mad at me because I throw out the big names. I talk about the big names because you know them. I don't like bringing up people that you don't know. So when I bring up a Pistol Pete, compare him to Melo, some people get mad. When I bring up Giannis or Steph Curry, but look at LeBron James. Mm-hmm. No, of course he's way out of the class of the Ball brothers. He's up there. He's competing for Jordan, even though he's not there. But what didn't this man need conditions? Didn't this man need conditions to win?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He has not won without superstars. He has not won without basically making sure, like, I don't like this coach. I need a new coach. And what the team do? They say, okay. Of course, you know, it ain't going to bend to Lonzo because he's not LeBron James. All three brothers together are LeBron James. I will say that. And I will go on record saying that. But, you know, a lot of players need certain conditions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think you're right, though. And I think you also said it. What I was about to say is that's the biggest difference, though, is that LeBron James is a dude who he come into your organization and you say, what conditions do you need, bro? You got it. Like, would you don't like the team colors, uniforms, the sleeves? What we need to chop these off. You need you need to bring your manager in and have him. We'll give him a job. You know what I mean? He got that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your homeboy. He want to work concession stands. Whatever you need, LeBron, we're gonna do that. And I think that's the problem. Is like, yes, without. Hopefully, I believe that Melo cut from the cloth of that echelon of the LeBrons and the Kobes. In the elites, the Wades, the Hall of Famer dudes, I believe he cut from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? I believe his game speak to that same ability, what you see Dame Lillard doing right now. Everybody like, you the bubble MVP. Because you go get 60 if you need 60, you get 40 if you need 40, you go. I believe that's what you're going to get from Melo, and he's going to give you the 8, 9, 10 assists a game. I believe he cut from that cloth. So I think that if you draft a Melo, you give him the keys to, like, yo, bro, how can we help you out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need your brother over here. Right now, what we seeing from him, we don't know if we would give it, but if that's what you want, bro, we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Jackson, you like him? Let's at least get him on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, that's true. And that's what LeVar thought it was going to be. See, when LeVar talked to Magic Johnson, even UCLA, he always said, like, I got 3 pieces that are raw. Now, do whatever it takes. And UCLA was like, you know, they really wanted Melo and Lonzo, but they kind of bend over backwards, like, we'll take them all. He was thinking, like, that the NBA was going to see his boys as LeBron James. And there was going to be one team in the NBA that's like, we want all 3 and we'll do whatever we got to do to get them. And it's just not panning out that way. And unfortunately, you know, Lonzo, with these first 3 seasons, nothing has went right. You know, the guy, nothing has went right. I'm not going to say nothing has went right, but, like, Injuries first season, injuries second season, coronavirus third season. That's why I'll never be the person to say Lonzo Ball is a bust yet. How could you give up on him when he hasn't even played enough games healthy? He hasn't had off seasons to train.
Yeah, I think that I'm the same way. I can't say that nothing has went right. I think that what hurt Lonzo is the hype. He came in under like Magic saying, your name gonna be in the rafters. So if you judge him on that standard of like, yo, your name finna be in the rafters, then like, all right, bro, you struggling. If you judge him and look at his numbers and what he brings to the table of like, are you an NBA player? Are you are you supposed to be here type of vibe? Yes, he's proven himself, and his trajectory and growth looks good. He could come in and next season damn near turn into a Steph. You know what I mean? Like he can have that be the most improved player next season. But based off of that, like, yo, you the second pick, you second coming to Jesus. Like, we need everything from you. You finna turn the franchise. You're damn near later as soon as you step in the building. Cause they prepped it like, we giving you the keys, this your house, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't live up to that hype, but outside of that, man, I think he did all right. He was playing okay.
Yeah, and I just think he's not assertive enough. His dad always asserted his position. If he would have came in and said, all right, Magic Johnson, you want to give me the keys? This is what I need. I don't need to be taken out in the first quarter. I don't need to be taken out until the end of the second quarter. That's what I want. I want to rest before halftime. I want to rest after halftime. You know, like he just said, okay, coach, whatever you want. You know, he didn't have that Mamba mentality, that Jordan mentality where, you know, like if you disagree, you damn near got to fight the guy because, you know, he's that strong on knowing his game and what he needs. I believe Lonzo was in the prime position, but he didn't have, you know, the people to really assert him because he couldn't do it himself. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think too, you know what I learned from watching like that Jordan documentary, that Last Chance, the shit that you see with Zion.
You said Last Chance.
Sorry, not Last Chance, the Last Dance. Sorry, I'm thinking Last Chance U and I'm mixing them up. But what I learned and what I seen from that is that these players do not really have as much power as we think that they should have, right? Where you see the games where they telling Jordan, bro, you playing 14 minutes and you done. You know what I'm saying? You got this amount, and no matter what you say, you Jordan, you the best player in the world, and we don't care, bro. You on the bench. And Jordan over there like, damn, we finna, you know what I mean? Pissed off. You look at Zion and the minutes restrictions and all the bullshit they be doing with him, and you know he really want to play, but they're like, nah, bro, you got 20 minutes this game and you're on the bench. You know what I mean? So I think that and the obvious tension that from LeVar and Luke Walton with the Lakers and him, Luke Walton as a new coach, also then trying to say like, yo, nah, bro, I can't be having you come in here and run shit. This is my house. You know what I mean? Really hurt him as far as even if somebody was willing to speak up for him, they weren't trying to hear that shit, man, just on the count of like Luke Walton was trying to establish himself. And we see what just happened to him. His boy Vlade Divac brought him over to Sacramento, and now Vlade gone.
He was like, I ain't trying to stay with this dude, man. No, can't do it.
Luke Walton got Magic Johnson up out of LA. Now he done got Vlade up out of. This your last chance, Luke, because if I'm a GM, I'm not bringing you in here. I'm finna lose my job over your shit. Nah.
No, yeah, he getting rid. OG's is leaving the team, and that's why I give respect to LeBron James. Like one player that you seen was literally, you could tell like he was in control of the franchise. LeBron James, he brought so much value to an organization that they had to bow down. Just like that Last Dance in the Jordan organization, they were thinking about their money. So they're like, Jordan, no, you're not playing. Well, LeBron is the money. He is the money maker. So whatever he says is what they end up going with. Cleveland was willing to do anything. I mean, in the middle of the season, before the playoffs, get rid of all these players, get brand new players, get rid of a really good coach, bring Tyronn Lue in, who I still to this day don't think he's a great coach, but I give him props because that was the significance of saying like, oh, the players might really start to gain control. But you're right. They don't have as much as we would like them to have or think they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, you're right though. LeBron is that dude. He has. That's why I always think about it like this when I think about changing the game and what basketball looks like in the next like 10, 15 years. I think LeBron and what he was doing, I'm sure it was Jordan. I'll say it was Jordan. Jordan established the brand and like what the possibilities of having your own sneaker in partnership with a company would look like with Nike and the Jordan brand. You know what I'm saying? That deal. I think LeBron took it to the next level of like, yes, you got that partnership with the sneaker brand, but also like we in charge of, we got our own agency. You know what I'm saying? We not only am I getting the bread, I'm putting my people on. We want the sponsorship deals and we want that whole thing. And I think that shit evolved into the big baller brand of like, yes, you could have a sneaker brand relationship like Jordan. You could have all of the entities and companies and media partnerships like LeBron. But actually, from the jump, instead of having partnerships, we just own our own shit from the ground up. We don't even need the partnership now. We just got our own thing. And I think that is going to change the landscape of basketball. And I'll throw one thing in there. People hate on the dude, the Julian Newman dude. But I feel like the respect that he has to get is that he ain't that great. And he got his own brand. He got his own clout show. Mikey Williams is the hottest thing in basketball, and both of them got a show on Overtime. And Julian Newman got 0 offers. Mikey Williams, the damn best player in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's just taking control of your own brand and your own shit, and it's
Yeah, I like that. People think that because that I rock with the Ball family, I'm against the Newmans. I respect the Newmans, especially like Julian Newman. Let's be honest. If Julian Newman was 6'7", the dude would be a problem. You can't help what you born with. Like you can't help your genes. You know what I'm saying? He was the best 6th grader in the state, and then all of a sudden you just stopped growing though, and everybody passed him up. Harder to get your shot off, harder to see over the defense. Like, you know what I mean? Julian Newman is not a scrub. The dude is just the size of a you know what I'm saying, a 14-year-old. Actually, not even that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in the midst of that, they took advantage of what they had. And see, you can have success at different levels. It don't have to be, you have to wait till you get certain height and then go sign with the big guys. No, you popping where you at, make your business right there. And that's where we see even like the Steph Curry now is getting a deal with Under Armour, kind of like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? People pushing that envelope. NCAA, like, okay, y'all can go get your bread. We want to see these people be able to eat beforehand because it's just good for the culture, the generation, our children. You know what I'm saying? Like in the end, it's like we want to see the poor class raise up to the upper middle class and middle class go up instead of for years the rich get richer. And so, that's a big reason why, like you tell me, like, the things that you're kind of more so passionate about, even though you rock with the Ball family. I'm big on, ownership and working with your family and generational wealth. And all that stuff is coming into play. I hope Julian Newman stay right with his dad, even though his dad may seem a little obnoxious on camera. I don't know what's just a show and what's not. But I like the fact that they're doing something family-wise. And people always say they copying off the Ball family. No, this man was marketing his son early. This man had a plan early. This man was in the gym way before people was thinking about the Ball family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the Ball family was in the gym too. I'm just saying, like, as far as the publicity side, they was getting them dollars.
They had the notoriety before the Ball family got it. It's the only difference is, like you said, is let's say Melo, who was in the 9th grade, was 5'7", and by the time he was a senior, he's 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Julian Newman, 9th grade, 5'4", senior, 5'4". You know what I'm saying? That's what hurt him. But they was on TV shows and all of that shit before anybody even knew who the Big Baller brand was. I will say I believe that they probably started going harder with the actual brand and like, yo, we need to have, they got that Prodigy thing. Like you knew who Julian Newman was before you knew who Prodigy brand was. And we knew who Big Baller brand was as soon as we knew who Melo and, you know what I mean? They came on the scene with, we hooping like Big Ballers, AAU squad, big woo, 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 you know what I'm saying? So I think they probably picked up some stuff, but yeah, you're right. Julian Newman was on the scene for a minute.
And they smart too, because before, like, while Julian Newman's in college, he has no offers, but he has a lot of clout. They're like, what do we do? Because we're gonna miss the professional scene and then they jump with overtime and say, y'all can get views, we can get paid. That partnership was so smart for them to stay relevant and to stay going on, because guess next year, say Julian Newman does nothing but travel the world and do freaking, just open runs like the professor now. He's still going to make money and people are still going to click. If I see a thumbnail that says Julian Newman in Korea destroying people, I'm going to click it.
Yeah.
So, they set up to win, and I can't hate on that at all. If you hate on Julian Newman, to me, that's some sucker stuff, because the dude is so young.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. And I actually met Julian Newman and his dad like a couple years back when the JBA tour was going, and it kind of made me upset because I met them at a sneaker con while we were out in LA. Sneaker con was out in LA, and that dude Brandon Williams, this is the coolest shit ever. I was gonna pay for a ticket and the whole thing and get in, and then Brandon was like, bro, let me go, man, I'll come with you. And then so we both drip head to toe, Big Baller brand, shoes, socks, everything. We got our media badges and all that shit. He said, bro, just let me do this before you buy a ticket. Like, we're not paying to get in here. He got to the door and said, yo, we Big Baller brand, we trying to get in. And they was like, oh, you got a ticket? He's like, nah, we Big Baller brand, we trying to get in. And the person at the door was like, what? Hold on, let me go get somebody. They went and got the dude who owned Sneaker Con. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, Big Baller brand, y'all cool, come through. They walked us all the way from the door to the court. They had like all the influencer basketball game, T-Jazz, Kick Genius, Julian Newman, his dad, all of them was there. Like everybody who do basketball on the internet was there. The Christian London, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all come stand on the court. We over there head to toe kicking it with them. We taking pictures, shaking hands, and they like, oh yeah, yo, Big Baller brand. They like, yeah, man, we'll come to the game. You know what I'm saying? And we like, yeah, let me follow me on Instagram and we'll see if I get you.
Y'all milk that thing.
Yeah. We was over there. And I always give credit to Brandon for that, talking with Fresh, because that was cold. But I was saying that story to say I met Julian Newman and his dad and them there, and they were about to fly out, I think, the next day, but we had a JBA practice. So I was like, yo, we practicing up in Orange County. Y'all should come through. I'll set it up, have Alan, LeVar and them, and you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get a meetup going. You know what I'm saying? And they like, okay, he gave me his number. We exchanged stuff. And then I went and talked to Alan, and I was texting Alan like, yo, I just ran into Julian Newman, his dad. They want to come to the practice. Yo, what's up? Whoop. And he's like, who? And I was like, Julian Newman. And he's like, why would we want to do that? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this would be the cloudiest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you got Julian Newman, the media would run with he might be about to go to the JBA type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just would have been
Alan. Leave it to your boy.
Shut it down. And then a year later, they go to Spire. And then they done linked up, and Spire is playing Julian Newman squad, blowing them out by 100. You know what I mean?
The clout was down. It would have been way better back then. Shorter LaMelo, Julian Newman years away from the draft type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That would have been off the chain, bro. You got some cold stories. I will tell everybody on here, AB the Hero got the stories, man. He got the stories. His stories be busting like my DMs. I'm talking about all kind of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying?
He say, what's going on in your DMs, bro? What's all that kind of
You wouldn't believe, bro. You won't believe. I got just as much love as much hate, boy. I didn't know how many people hated the Ball family until I did this. I said, damn. They crazy out here. If I was a scared person, I wouldn't do Ball facts.
Yeah. It's a lot of hate out there. It's a lot of love, though.
The girls too. They want to know the facts. I told them, hit up my man AB. I just give them the link. I'm like, check out this YouTube channel.
Don't send them my way, man. Don't send them my way. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's I'm a I think that one of the videos I want to do coming up is off topic a little bit, but it's about you seen the dude play for the Seahawks who got kicked off the team because he was sneaking his girl into the
Yeah, yeah,
hotel.
yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I got some like sneaking folks into the hotel stores or the pregame from back in my day. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah, man.
it wasn't no pandemic or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Part of the game. Man, you got to give us that biopic, man.
Yeah, man. It's coming, man. No,
If y'all
it's
don't know, me and AB supposed to be working together, but this whole quarantine thing, I've been like, I ain't trying to really drive nowhere, go nowhere. It's just kind of crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's finna happen. It's a lot of uncertainty.
yeah, no, it is, man. This shit is it's scary right now. It's scary, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what's throwing me off with the whole thing is I want to be nervous about it, but like I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on for real? Like I don't know nobody who out here getting sick. I don't know nobody who getting. So part of me feel like ain't nothing really happening, but then there's a part of me who realizes she could be actually is a moment away from getting crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I believe stuff is going on. I just believe the reason it's going on and the way it's going on is not being given to us in a factual manner. You know,
Yeah.
I have a lot of skeptical ideals. Like I know that it's real. I know that it's affecting people, but I believe in what you can't see and what they're not telling you is a big factor. And so you know, I'm not one of these people that trust something just because it's on a commercial. I don't trust it just because a politician says it. I don't trust it because somebody on the commercial talking about it. I'm not a very trusted person of just like what the government says or what the professionals say. Come on now, you know how I feel about the experts, what they said about G3, you know,
Yeah.
labeling my man a 3-star recruit. So that goes on even beyond that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. That's how I feel too, man. I think it's too many things have happened that like are orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give you this information because we want you to do this. Then we're gonna take that information back because we don't want you to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like when this whole thing first started, everybody on the news said ain't even no point in wearing a mask. Don't worry about it. Like it ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna do nothing. But that's because there was a mask shortage and everybody was going out and buying them. Then once they started mass producing them, and then it was like actually everybody need a mask now. You know what I'm saying? We was
Right.
bullshit back then, and I'm like, come on, man.
And then George Floyd gets brutally murdered, and they like, yeah, y'all can get in the streets, whatever, just get together. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, why all of a sudden? I don't have the answer, but I do have the questions. And you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm gonna stand on them questions. Like some stuff just don't add up. Like why this? Why that? You know, I ain't claiming to have all the answers, but I do believe that you know what I'm saying, people in high places lie to us for their own benefit. And I don't have to know why, but you know what I'm saying? You just look throughout history. If you're a history buff, which I am, and not just American history, and you know, stories come out later in testimonies and you know, say, well, this is what we put in the history books, but this is what actually happened. So I believe years from now, I think we're going to learn, you know, pieces of the puzzle that we don't know about this time in COVID.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm gonna hella conspiracy theory all to death, but nah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
I'm tiptoeing. I'm keeping
Yeah,
it, you know what I'm saying, keeping it surface. You dig?
yeah. I always tell folks one of the things that I like picked up also traveling with like LeVar and them and Allen and the Big Baller Brand folks is that how much shit is actually orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? So how much things that to us we looking at and it just feel like $500. Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Like folks don't understand why you do that, and then you go talk to them and they say, "Well, we was trying to make people ask that question." You know what I'm saying? So you think like it's just some random shit that's happening, and they really was outside thinking like, how do we get folks to the media to cover this and call us crazy and give us that free publicity? You know what I mean? And we sitting back here thinking like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't orchestrated and authenticated in the way that it is, you know, and just so
Right.
many little things like that. Yeah.
We say it's crazy. It's crazy you put the shoes that much, but yet you right now the BBB is in your name. I mean, your mouth. You talking about them. So how crazy is it? If the price point was nothing but a billboard, it did its job.
Exactly.
It did its job. You know what I mean? So people can say what they want to say. I support the family. Like, I don't support everything that they say and everything that they do, but you know, there's people that you can be cool with, and you don't agree with every little thing that they talk about, whether it be religion or whether it be politics or whether it be freaking your favorite sports team. But there's some main morals that you guys may have in common. Some main things that you say, yeah, I'm gonna stand on them with that, because I think that's important for everybody going forward. And that's basically what I'm on. You know, I want to get more to that content, but you know, these people, they want to click on the top 10 times LaMelo Ball got snapped on by LeVar Ball. So, you know, I gotta give them that too. You know what I mean?
You gotta keep
them with that.
Yeah. No, that's a fact though. That's a fact. You gotta get the people what they want. And they want bullshit, and then they also want to be able to be like, why you always giving us bullshit? And then
exactly. They love to hate. They click on it, and even if they don't like it, that's a good part too. But then you gotta sneak in some of the stuff that you really want to say. So I'll put a song in the middle of a Ball Facts video, or I get to a message at the end of something stupid. You know what I'm saying? What I really want to say. I find a way to still, you know, stay consistent, you know, with the message, so they won't be like, out of nowhere, what you doing? You preaching to us? No, like, y'all know I've been talking about ownership. Y'all know I've been talking about family. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth, legacy. Yeah, progression.
My man King C here, he got this question, man. We'll end it on this one right here. Go back, you know what I'm saying? The JBA, was it successful, and why? What's your thoughts on that?
The JBA wasn't successful. Number one is the competitors were really rich, so they're not going to give you any publicity. Number two, I think that LeVar should have probably had more partners, big name partners, reached out to guys like the Master P's, and, you know, like, to really help push it. I think that Lonzo could have been more of a spokesperson in it as well, really going out to recruit these people, not these text messages they sent through Instagram, stuff like that. I think Lonzo should have showed up to a few high schools and like, bro, we want you. You know what I'm saying? Then the last but not least, definitely not least, is Allen. You know, LeVar already spoke it. He said, you know, I got one guy doing everything. And if he was really honest, he would have said, it's too much for me. I can't do all this perfectly. You know, I'm not saying he wasn't good at some of the things he did because he had to be, but he wasn't honest enough to say, I can't do all this. He still kept it, and he did a bad job, you know, trying to do too many things at once. So at the end of everything, the most thing I blame it on is Allen. But I will say, you know, summing it up, Lonzo going out to touch these players for real. You know, LeVar getting some extra backing, some extra star power. I believe people would have rocked with your boy at the time. And then you had these other people, you know what I'm saying, like the Nikes, the Adidas, the NCAAs that's against you. So, you know, they're paying ESPN, and you ain't gonna get something on there until LaMelo gets into a fight.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I like what you said there. I think you touched on a few different things. I think that obviously it didn't end or didn't continue the way that folks wanted it to continue. You know what I'm saying? I think that I struggle to call it like a failure though, because based on what folks before it happened, what folks were predicting how it was going to fail, like it superseded that. You know what I'm saying? So folks didn't even think it was going to get to game one. Everybody, mainstream media, you know what I mean? Anybody who talks about it, like the shit ain't going. So to have a whole season, crown a champion, give everybody cars, and like, to me, that's like, okay, y'all succeeded you succeeded everybody's expectations. Then to go to Europe, then all right, y'all took it to another level, bro. We didn't even think y'all was gonna have a game. Y'all in Europe, what? Y'all playing pro teams in Europe? Then to have dudes leave there and then go play pro ball and continue their careers. And like, while the media and everybody else didn't look at it as like hella competitive or give it the credibility that they did. Yeah, to see what all of these other leagues around the world, how much respect that they put on it. And like I watch when these dudes go play for a team and they have like the little bio, right, of like why we signing him. It never says, oh, because you went to such and such high school and played at such and such college. It's a in the JBA, scored 20 points a game, was a woo 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 standout all-star JBA, played JBA USA, then maybe went to high school. You know what I mean? So like your jersey, the picture is you in the JBA hoop. You know what I mean? So to me, that sounds like even if you had to actually put the work in and get there, and that's the one gripe that I always have is that somebody should have been the mediator between like, all right, you finished the JBA, now let's help you get to somewhere else, and players shouldn't have had to figure that out on their own. But the JBA is a big reason why dudes like Curtis Hollis is finna play in the NBA sometime here soon. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, these dudes, because folks put the respect. Oh, you was on the team when y'all went to Germany and went bananas. Y'all played up in Moscow and went bananas in Russia and all of that. So I think off of that it's successful, but I think that the reason why that it definitely did not come back another year is everything you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for one, main thing is them putting all of the power on Allen in his hands and spreading him and him, I don't even say they were spreading him thin. I'll say him spreading himself so thin and trying to do everything and manage all of the stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's not too many places that you could go to or too many CEOs that have to verify a Instagram post. You know what I mean? Or CFOs. Like the dude who is doing getting the deals done for what stadium you playing is generally not the dude who is saying like, yeah, use that font on the Instagram. You know what I mean? Like if you is way too much work. If you're doing that, you are destined for failure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we call that micromanaging.
Yeah.
And nobody ever succeeds in that. He should have been like, okay, you gave me all this. I'm looking at 7 jobs, and I'm only going to keep one of them. I need to hire 6 people.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wanted to keep it because he wanted all that money of 7 jobs, or if he just thought he could do it, or if he was just, you know, I can't tell you what's in his mind. I could just tell you the results of what he did, and it was not good. And I think the JBA could have even came back, but literally, like when you have the guy that has that much power coming at the family, now it's time to pump the brakes on everything and just secure us. You know what I'm saying? That's where LeVar is. Everybody like, are you going to bring the JBA back? He's like, I got this man trying to sue me and you know what I'm saying, put dirt on my name, my kids, my wife. I don't have time to be doing a whole nother league. Like I'm trying to protect not just the bag, but our livelihood. You know what I'm saying? He took the whole focus off of helping other kids to where LeVar had to draw back and just help him and himself. Everybody said he only did it for his kids. No, he stepped in a lot of other kids' life and was helping them. But when Allen did that, he had to regroup, and it's like the JBA has to be on the back burner because now focus got to change.
Yeah. I agree. I think that the whole thing crumbling with him and when it did really shut down any opportunity for it to come back in the way that it is. I will say that I know that folks behind the scenes are still trying to like figure out a way to bring the JBA back. Like many months later after that happened, they had the thing up in like Milwaukee with the Rebel Rumble, and they had JBA players come up there. But I think it's just like it's tough, man, with the pandemic shit that's going on, with like dealing with all of that, man. Really, I believe stifled a lot of things that they had going on and opportunities to like bring it back in some way. But yeah, I think that's part of me would like to be more critical of LeVar and them for not like doing some of that work to help these players. But same thing, I also get that like it just was a lot of shit going on at that time. You know what I mean? Like maybe somebody could have done it or would have done it, but like when the person who is damn near supposedly in charge of everything is now no longer in charge, the bare minimum now you got to find somebody to be in charge of everything again.
And not just no longer in charge, he's the opposition now.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's selling all your secrets. You know what I mean? You gotta, yeah. So it's tough to navigate that and to like I can imagine how hard it would be to even fulfill or hire people to play those roles. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't hire one person who was so close, and then y'all fell out. So then now you gotta like really, do I really trust you? You know what I'm saying? Can I really, you know what I mean? With all of that stuff.
That's why I applaud LeVar for the Jermaine Jackson deal. Because he could have said, no, I'm gonna just ride with Melo. I can't trust these snakes. I don't know who these people are. But he decided to trust again. He met him and got a good vibe off of him. And just like he trusted Allen. He's like, South Central, we don't do no background checks, blah, blah, blah. And that's what he meant. And that's how he was with Jermaine Jackson. He said, dang, I feel like this could be it. I've been wrong with Allen, but I've been right a lot of times. So he went with his gut. And now look at the man, even training Jello. I know you've seen that latest video on Jello, man, moving even smoother than the last one that I showed 50,000 times. I mean, it's going to be a problem. That's divine intervention. LeVar meeting that guy, and that guy, not only is he like really good trainer, but he was the head coach of a high school team that Melo could get back on and get right back on the leaderboards. You know what I'm saying? Like that was perfect. So you know what I'm saying? I always give LeVar a pat on the back for that, because that was major. That changed the game.
Mm-hmm. That is that's one story that I wish I knew like more on how that came about, because you gotta think like Jermaine Jackson, like you said, was the head coach of a whole basketball team and got Melo, coached him up, and then was like, all right, I'm out. We're going to Australia. You know what I mean? Like I wonder like what's the incentive? What did he see? You know what I'm saying? Because even for it's a risk on his behalf too, because if you look at the way that they were moving, the way the media was trying to portray them and all of that stuff. So to just be like, all right, I'm uprooting, I'm gonna leave my family here and I'm gonna go do that. You know what I mean? Like he had to see something extra. You know what I mean? I believe that it had to be even deeper than just like Melo's a hooper, but it had to be something big for him.
He reminds me of myself. When Lonzo was not doing well in the NBA, LaMelo was not in the Illinois Hawks. Here comes Ball Facts. This dude is all high and mighty on the Ball family when everybody is like, man, they damn near crashing. They ain't going to make it back. The JBA is over. That was a fake league. And I just believed they could still make it. So I started putting out the content like, yes, they going to make it. Next thing you know, I'm looking. Jermaine Jackson said, yeah, LaMelo Ball, he's definitely can be the number one pick. And this was before anyone was saying anything like that. They're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, are you going to start him? He was like, would they start Kobe Bryant? People looking at him like, what? I mean, the dude seen it from way back when. Soon as he seen Melo playing, he was like, oh, this guy's it. And nobody could take that from Jermaine Jackson. It's like he noticed that the train was moving and he got on before everybody said that the tickets was viable. Everybody like, nobody don't get on that train. And because of it, he will be, you know what I'm saying, rewarded in a position of trust. And, he going to be riding. You know what I mean? I believe everything will work out fine for him, because that brother was like a visionary. You leave your job, you leave this, that, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. He definitely got on there quick, man. And that shit, props to him. And yeah, that's just so funny, man. I remember whenever they actually spot. So I like live in Indiana. We talked about this before, right? And so they were over in Ohio, so it really wasn't even that far. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of times I damn near almost took the trip over there, and one of my guys from here went down and caught a game, and I almost went, man, and I should have pulled up just to go in and see what that whole thing was, but we had just did Europe and all of that shit, so I was like, man, I ain't taking no more trips. I'm gonna chill at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man. I said that was the last question, man, but the streets got one for you. They know y'all was back in the day. What's your thoughts on the kid DKM? No.
No. You know what? I'm gonna give you. It's like a process. It's like a chain of events with me and DKM. When DKM, I met him like in a IG chat, and somebody was suggesting that we do a podcast, and DKM was like, "I'd be willing to do that with Ball Facts." And I'm like, "Oh, it seems pretty cool." I check out his channel. I'm like, "Oh wow, I've seen this dude before. I didn't know he had all these subscribers. He busting got 100K. Cool." My first impression was, "Wow, I'm impressed with the kid. He's a teenager, got 100K." And he wants to do something with me. I only had 9,000 subscribers at the time, blah, blah, blah. So I thought he was real cool. As we talked and everything, I still thought he was real cool. Now, when we get to subjects on the podcast, you know, he got a little different energy than he does during the conversation than after on his video. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, dang, whoa, okay. And then, you know, I got to realize I'm like, the kid is young. He's been on YouTube for years. You know what I'm saying? As far as the high school basketball scene, he's a legend. And so he understands YouTube. He understands clout. He understands views. And when I got that in my mindset that when DKM is doing a video, even though he may even like ball facts and be cool with him, if at this point in the video, it sounds good to sneak this ball facts and say something like, oh man, yeah, somebody out there ain't giving you the facts. Somebody out there being biased and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If he say that in the video, I can't get too salty because he just knows like at that point it would attract somebody. At that point, it's a good thing to do. And so sometimes to the detriment of a friendship, he will go for the content. And I have to understand about DKM, as you know what I'm saying, he'll, you know, kind of like do something to me that would be dumb for a friendship, you know what I'm saying, like diss Julian Newman or say a sneak diss to ball facts. But in his mind, he's not really doing bogus. He's just doing best for his content. So over time, I'm getting to understand DKM and just let it go and understand like it's just YouTube. It's not a big thing. Yeah, I was tempted to be offended, but after a while, I just felt like, you know what I'm saying, when he sneak diss me, I just drop some fire content that I know he can't drop, that I know he can't do, and I don't care about the views. I just drop it. So how I feel about DKM right now is I feel like, you know, congratulating him on what he's done. And I want to tell him, like, you know, stay in your lane and you'll go far. Don't try to beat ball facts because only ball facts can beat ball facts. I like DKM. Everybody that's on my channel that's been dissing DKM, let him breathe. DKM is a cool dude. He's just trying to do what's best for the videos. He don't got 100K for nothing. He got 100K because he knows how to entertain you and put something on. So how I feel about DKM is, you know what I'm saying, we cool. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like DKM is a funny guy. He's real funny. He's hilarious. He could even get more views if he be more himself on his videos because the dude is hilarious. I like DKM, and we will work together in the future. You know what I'm saying? And as long as the sneak dissing is kept at a minimum and don't cross the line, you know what I'm saying, we all good. I might mention it, but I ain't gonna trip over it. You know what I'm saying? So DKM is all good with me, y'all. Y'all go subscribe. If you with ball facts, go ahead, go subscribe to DKM. You know what I'm saying? If you got his stomach up. Some people will never forgive him for what he does to ball facts. They just like, nah, we can't rock with homie. But I forgive him and I'm rocking with him.
Yeah, straight up, man. That's that's funny as hell, man. Because I remember we did the whole podcast and y'all had that whole roller coaster thing, and I'll tell y'all had me so tickled, man. Watching the video and already DK you had dropped the damn diss track. Y'all was going back for. I was dying, but no. I mean, you know what? I think that when it comes to DKM, like he been in this thing for a minute, like you said. You know, I've been doing his videos for a while. And so I remember his stuff way back in there, and I can see that he is like grown a little bit. You know what I mean? He used to do the like videos I felt like was hella like salacious and clickbaity, and I'd be like, yo, who the, you know what I mean? Like you would never say that to whoever if you've seen him in person. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't know now. You know what I'm saying? Talking with him, you know, he might be about that life that I don't know, but I'll say that, man, the one thing that I'll go back to some other shit that I picked up and I learned from like LeVar and them is that like you gotta like say your piece and then like speak your own mind and do your thing. You know what I mean? No matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like LeVar them could sit down with Magic and be like, yo, me and Magic, we talked and woo. And then when you get on time, you got to be like, Magic, you on that bullshit. You know what I mean? And Magic could sit at home like, damn, bro, you was my boy. But it's like, nah, this is for the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know. So I even think that whenever they go, DJ, Raw and Truth, man, go ahead and catch the link in the Snapchat, man, and hop on here. But so whenever I see, so that's something that in moments where even me, I might be critical of, like, you know what I'm saying, the brand or whatever, it's because like in moments where I done seen LeVar have to be critical of relationships and people, you know what I mean? like it just is what it is. Like it's better to be your authentic self at times than it is to like tiptoe around some shit to make everybody else happy who don't care anyway about what you got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, that's like I would get more views if I just say at this point Lonzo was just totally horrible and he's a bust and he should go to the G League, because that's what people want to hear right now. Oh, Jello is a thief and he should be like, that's what they want to hear. But that, I ain't gonna tiptoe around how I feel and my brand. I'm gonna keep it what it is.
Yeah, and you got to do that. And the thing that I do know, I feel like I know about you is that in the event that like you did feel like you said, you don't agree with everything that they done did, you know what I mean? Like if they did some shit that was just crazy, you would be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
facts. Facts.
Yeah. And that's what it is, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's where when you do that, that's where folks respect it. That's when people tune in, that's when they watch, they know, they learn you, you know what I mean? And even when you get to a place like I hope DKM has gotten where you start to like maybe change your tune and not be so like I ain't gonna drop a video on your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? No bullshit like that. Like people can see the growth and be like, all right, man, you're a human being, you're a person, you done grew up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And
right,
have respect for you and shit like that. That's where I feel like I hope that folks get from watching my stuff. You know what I mean? They be like, oh, you know what, man, I get it.
Bro, they're like, yeah, man, when you used to watch them drop them Dragon Ball Z stuff, man, I don't know, but okay, now, man, God, he's a real human being. He got feelings.
Yeah. That Dragon Ball. I mean, I need to finish that though. It's coming back though.
Yeah. I should take one of your cartoons, remix it, and pop up in that mug. Yeah. Would you be cool with that? If I took one of your old cartoons and popped up in it?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
But dang, you was cussing so much, I might have to bleep it out. I try to keep it at a minimum on Ball Facts.
Yeah, you got to
yeah.
YouTube now, you got to definitely bleep more than you did back in the day.
Yeah, they asking if it got cussing in it and da-da-da. I'm trying to get monetized, so I'll be keeping it to a minimum.
Exactly, yeah. That's just crazy, man. I didn't know they did that. I started uploading a couple of videos last week and they asked me 1,000 questions about the content, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, you start looking around like, dang, FBI interrogation. They not playing.
Your boy DJ out here, man, for the culture, though.
What are you talking about? Oh, what's up, DJ?
You ain't talking about nothing, man.
DJ ain't doing nothing but on Attacking Ticket TV.
I had David going hard, huh? DJ killed me. I didn't get to watch it yet, but the notification kept popping up where he got the video talking about what is a shine.
I ain't clicked that one either.
Like, this dude.
I felt like I knew what a shine was in his opinion, the way he used it. But DJ, man, as far as the YouTube thing, he's doing his thing. I'm seeing a lot more uploads. I'm seeing the thumbnails looking right.
Yeah.
And if people don't know, we have a little community that we don't agree on everything by any stretch of the imagination, but we have a vested interest in BBB and then different things, basketball related. You know what I'm saying? So we all kind of kick it and stay cordial.
Yeah. Man, you know what though? I love that whole like little Snapchat thing that we got going where we just hop on there and get to talking about just, you know what I'm saying, whatever the brand and just life and all that stuff, man. That's dope, man. I feel like that's some there go. Let me see. Hey,
what up, man? I gotta keep it cracking, man. What's up with it, everyone?
What's up, man? Could you we need you to explain to the folks what a shine is, man, because people in the comments asking about that.
What's a shine,
bro? A shine is pretty much an uneducated Negro who cannot use common sense. Someone who is a follower cannot it's pretty much someone who caps for someone else as
This
well.
man said
but not for
Negro.
themselves. Yeah, the educated. I got to keep it educated for these shines, man. You know, bro. There was a guy named Hitman X. He made a diss video of me, and I just died.
AB, I can't hear him no more. You hear him, AB?
No, I can't hear him.
But this brother said uneducated Negro, bro. I'm thinking I'm in the 1950s.
Yeah, he said that so like casual too.
No, proper terms, bro.
Oh, he back. We can hear you now, DJ. Oh, I take that back. We cannot.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
Hey, bro, this is dope. Hoop jargon. This how we can do the live. You got to send me the same way that AB sent this. Look inside the chat. We got to both. You get this and then send it to me, and I'll definitely hop on there. DJ, you too. I know you asked for an interview, so we got to do that. I know we got some similar opinions, and we got some different opinions as well. That I'll be ready to chop up.
Hoop jargon is the one who put me onto this. This is whenever I did that thing on his channel. He set it up with this thing.
Oh, that's what's up. See, I'm glad to know that. I didn't know who's using this. This to me, this is doper than Skype and Zoom.
Yeah. Because literally, like, if I wanted to, I could tweet the link out and just be like, "Yo, hop up," or throw the link in the chat here and be like, "Click." You know what I mean? And then I could decide if I wanted folks in or not. You know what I mean? But like, that shit. That's kind of.
Did any of y'all by happen to chance see the video that I dropped on Lonzo today?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, yeah. No. You saw that, DJ?
Man, I love that Tyrone Koppel impersonation. With the wig. Bro, that's classic stuff right there, brother.
You got the wig going in the video?
Man,
bro, you got to go see it.
Okay,
I'm coming different.
Yeah.
Ain't no limits on ball facts. Y'all got to know that. But yeah, man, I was basically on there. Just everybody's giving up on Lonzo Ball, and I haven't. And I just gave some facts why I have not.
I might check you out. Just give me 2 quick facts why you have not. Cause I'm on the fence. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, I'll give you this one. The first 3 years combined, Lonzo has played 162 games. That's it. So with being plagued with injuries, the first 2 seasons, having off seasons where you cannot practice all the time, and you've only played 162 games. And I gave the comparison of Giannis. His first 2 years, he played 165 games. And Lonzo had a better point average than him, better 3-point average than him, but nobody says anything because they gave Giannis time to grow. But Lonzo had less games than him for his 3 years. Giannis had 2. And so I was just making the point. I'm not comparing Lonzo to Giannis and saying he'll be as great. I'm just saying we pick and choose who we give a chance to, and don't be so quick to write somebody off because, you know, they need experience inside this league in order to produce. So that's one. Another fact I gave was Lonzo was doing great before the bubble happens. The bubble happens, and he made a comment. He says, you know, I wasn't able to get in. I wasn't able to stay in the groove like I was during the season. I was playing every day, you know, because certain gyms be open. Some people, when the quarantine happened, some people just went home and locked their doors because they were so scared. So, you know, they say, well, LeBron James, he could practice, blah, blah, blah. But Lonzo might not have been in a practice like that. He might not have had no indoor gym he could go to and do all these things. But anyway, he comes back and he plays 5, 6, 7 games, whatever, and he does horrible, right? So I compared that to Steph Curry. 40% three-point shooter his whole career. Steph Curry, I'm not comparing him to Lonzo. He's way up above Lonzo. So that's why it's a good analogy what I'm about to say. He comes back this year and plays 5 games. In those 5 games, he only shoots 24% from the three-point line. Now, why the hell would we say Steph Curry is not a good shooter anymore? Because of these 5 games in a row. I mean, he just came off of being injured. What I'm saying is people can have bad games in a row. They can have bad games for different reasons, whether it be injury, whether it be circumstances, whether it be mentally. Not that we like the reason that it happens, but it does happen. And just because it happens, you're going to write them off? I can't do that. We can't look at the evidence of the bubble. And I made this analogy. I said, Allen Iverson said practice, not the game, you know, not the season, not with the crowd. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Extraordinary circumstances that's never been happening in the NBA before, and those are the games we choose to write Lonzo Ball off on those games. I can't do it. To me, that's whack. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I would say from your two facts, the first one, I 1000% agree with you, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like the if you take Lonzo's trajectory off just a regular NBA player, like the same way you're talking about with Giannis, Steph Curry, like these dudes who took some time to become superstars in this league, then like to me, he actually is not really playing terrible basketball. You know what I mean? Like he's just having some growing pains and finding himself. But what hurt him is that he's supposed to come in with the same pace of like a Luka Doncic, the same pace of a Trae Young, and it's supposed to be by year 2 in the All-Star game. You know what I mean? Like that's the hype that they gave him, so that hurt him. But I do think that if you look at his numbers, even Jason Kidd, you compare him and after year 1, year 2, they damn near in the same boat. And these dudes who end up being Hall of Famers, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that's legit. I think that the tough thing, though, is the second one where it's like, for me, it's not just the bubble games. It's just that, like, even before the bubble, like he was playing great basketball for about a month before the bubble thing happened, you know what I'm saying? And then so the rest of his career, the shooting was streaky. And that's how people judge him on what they call great basketball, is whether or not the shot falling there. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna give you 8-9 assists, and folks don't even care about that. They care about when he shoot it or go to the hole, make a layup. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like he had 6 or 7 really good games, and he had 152 games where he was struggling a little bit. 6 games where he looked like, yo, you finna turn into Trae and Luka, and you on that level. And the other games where he like, you look like a young Giannis, you know what I'm saying, trying to come up and take your time and grow and develop. But you know what I mean, you got some injuries, your ankles is bothering you. Same shit that happened with Steph and them early. You know what I mean? So it's tough, man, because if he was hooping before and then got to the bubble and was struggling for the first time ever, then I'd be like, bro, it's the bubble. But he was struggling, was hooping, and then struggling again. It just seemed like the roller coaster.
And that's what the point I made about Giannis is like, people struggle their first year, let alone after having an injury. Sometimes you come back with an injury and it's a mental thing that you're going to tweak it, like Derrick Rose. You know, he wasn't the same. He couldn't come back produce for a while until he got over the mental hurdle of actually being hurt. And plus you have to look at Lonzo Ball was catered to and Chino and UCLA. Who did he have on his team in UCLA that was really that good? Not anybody. The guy he kept passing to, I forget the guy's name, but he wasn't anybody later. When you take him to the Lakers, Magic Johnson said, I'm going to give you the keys, but Brandon Ingram didn't say, I'm going to give you these keys. Neither did Kyle Kuzma. So it wasn't the same thing. So you expect the same thing from Lonzo from college on down, but in the NBA, you have not given him the same thing. And that's when we get to people saying like, oh, he needs this, he needs that. He already showed you what he needed. You know what I'm saying? That's not based on me. That's just based on the facts of what he has been able to do. And if you look at those games where he started doing well, Drew Holiday was sitting. And if you look at his minutes, he was getting 37 to 41 minutes, which I've been preaching forever what he needs, which LeVar already told everybody. The guy's been playing most of the game his whole life. But I get the what people upset about, because even me, I watched the game and see Lonzo smoke a layup. Boy, that was hot. I couldn't stand it. But I can't just it's not like that all the time, so I couldn't leave it at that. Any other person had injuries, you know, played 50 games this is the first season, 40 something games next season, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and then you expect them just to come back and kill. And plus the man changed his whole shot up in an off season and came back shooting even better. I mean, I don't know anyone else in the NBA that could do that, change their shot. They've been shooting their whole life and just come in with confidence and letting that thing go. Nobody ain't doing that. We're talking about extreme focus that he was using to do that. And then you give off time, you disrupt that and bring him back to the bubble with this shot he just got. We're not talking about the shot he had for the first 15 years of playing basketball, a whole new shot, and you wonder why he's out of rhythm. I mean, it is what it is.
My thing is, I give you the shot thing. It's the smoking the layup though had me sick too. When I see him go to the rack and then miss a layup, I'm like, bro, you didn't change your layup package. You know what I mean? Like that's the part where you in the NBA, bro. You supposed that's like riding a bike or a horse. Like I don't care.
That's
You
true.
take 3 years off and you should be able to go to the rack and make a left hand or a right hand layup.
I mean,
But
some things are like there is. Go ahead, DJ. I thought I heard DJ say something.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought,
Well, so
yeah.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm gonna be objective on this.
I'll be
I
objective
saw
then.
Lonzo's I saw Lonzo's weaknesses in the 4-month stretch that he had prior to the bubble. So even though he was averaging 14, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, I did see some weaknesses in him being timid attacking the basket, and that's something he needs to rectify to unlock his potential. If Lonzo just attacked the basket aggressively 5 times at least, that opens up the offense.
Yeah.
And
Those are facts.
And one more thing, all these YouTubers and shines that are hating on him, they forget this. He hasn't had a full offseason. So I'm not going to fully judge him until I see it one more time. Now, if he fails this next coming year, I'm talking mad-ish. So I'm going to be fair.
Yeah. I agree, man. I think that not having the off season is a huge deal because you've seen when the little bit of time that he had, he was able to change his body and get a little bit more weight on it. But you know what I mean? Like he still last off season he had a little bit of it, was able to fix the shot a little bit. You know what I mean? So you can see when he get a little time, he is able to tweak and make little adjustments to his game and maybe fix some things that are wrong. So maybe having that full off season, you can see him really get into his bag and really develop some new stuff that we haven't been able to see from him. So I do think that definitely has hurt his development. I think that the biggest thing though that I keep saying is that hurt him perception wise is not even his play on the court. It's just the hype. He just came in back when LeBron was in Cleveland and he was in LA. The only thing SportsCenter talked about every day was what LeBron did at Cleveland and what was Lonzo's stat line. If he had 2 points, they was talking about was he a bust. If he had 30 points, they was talking about was he the second coming of Jesus and LeBron James. And all you heard was Lonzo, Lakers, LeBron James, Cavaliers. And I do think that LeBron coming to the Lakers helped him out because then they just only could talk about LeBron and the Lakers. They kind of backed off of him a little bit, but
yeah. What DJ said was valid because he said Lonzo had even the 4 months when he was averaging 14 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, whatever. He was having trouble taking it in. But can you imagine averaging those points and you having trouble taking it in? You must have an amazing set of skills in another area for you to have those deficiencies and still be getting numbers like that.
Mr. One
numbers like that. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Mr. 100%. This is Ball Facts.
What's up,
man?
man?
What's going on, Ball Facts, man? What's good?
I'm decent. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, like I'm saying, for Lonzo to be lacking in the handles and the layup package and to still be getting 14 points and 10 assists, 7 rebounds, it's like, how the hell do you do that? You know what I'm saying? So that these are the people that are around him that knows like these special talents that he has. If we just work on the other things, this dude is going to be great. That's why I bet on him, because who else that has those deficiencies gonna get those numbers? I don't know who.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think I told you this before. One of the things that I do with Lonzo game, and I love about his game, is you can tell how he's hooping from the box score. You know what I'm saying? So like in them games, while I might look and it'll say he had 18 points, whatever assists and rebounds, and it'll be like 18 points, but it's 5 from 7 from behind the arc. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn, you got 15 points off of 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? And you took 0 layups, 0 mid-range jumpers. Like that sound good, but to me, that's like steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the 3-point shot is gonna be streaky. I don't expect you to hit 5 threes every night. You know what I'm saying? But I would expect you to maybe knock down 5 free throws every night. So if you hitting 5 free throws, and I'm like, damn, all right, bro, you developing. If you hitting 5 from inside the paint, that's what a dude like Zion. He gonna give you. He gonna go 8 from 10 from the field goal. You know what I'm saying, percentage. So it just seemed like his game is more like sustainable. You know what I mean? Then yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that Lonzo's like a 3-and-D guy because you can expect for him to play defense. You know what I'm saying? Like he could get you 2 steals and 2 blocks in a game, like easy as nothing for him. And then he can get you like 10 assists. You know, people want to see the score too. But when I would bring up LiAngelo, they're like, oh, he doesn't score. Bring up Lonzo, they're like, oh, he needs to score. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why when you put them together, they were something dangerous. But you gotta pick your poison. I definitely can't give up on him yet, and I think next year he's gonna come back. I mean, he's getting ridiculed. You better believe he sees the comments, he sees the videos, he hears people talking. I don't believe he's gonna go this offseason without really stepping up his handles and stepping up his layup package. That would be hard for me to believe. And if he did, you know, I would just have to say, hey, Lonzo let me down. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
I will say this, and I'm gonna ask my dog Rodney some Mr. 100% a few questions. That's honestly the reason why I felt like, damn, I probably need to make some content or a video, like really being like, yo, or speak on the whole Lonzo thing, is because I feel like like everybody said, he needs pressure. He need folks to be on his head, like, bro, you're looking like a bust. And I'm like, yo, I think you're a hooper, but you struggling right now. The same way like LeVar would get on him, you know what I mean? I feel like you could see with all the turmoil and stuff in the family, he probably done built up a tolerance to like, yeah, dad, you on my back, but you know what I mean? I'm gonna go stay in my house and I ain't gonna hear it. But as you see, when the media start putting pressure on him and folks stop calling him and being like, bro, you know, the bubble and the pandemic and whoop whoop, then he come out like, wait till next year. I promise I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean? And so
why you say it like that, bro? You said he wasn't crying like that. He did not say it like that.
Yo, talking about me. Like, I ain't a hooper. Wait till next year. I'm coming back. I promise.
Bro, but this is the fact. If the bubble would not have happened, do you think Lonzo would have just diminished and went nowhere? I mean, the brother was rolling.
I think if the bubble don't happen, I think the Pelicans is in the playoffs. I said that. I don't know if I said that. I don't know. I think
don't be flip-flopping. Don't be flip-flopping because you're here with ball facts. No. Keep your same energy.
I feel like I remember you saying that they was gonna make the playoffs, and I said that if it was a Disney,
let's be clear.
Make the playoffs. So I didn't say that. But my man,
100%.
You been watching the bubble?
Man, I've been in and out, man. I've been in the lab a little bit lately, so I ain't really been paying too close. I've been, catching highlights and stuff, but not like super on it hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what's interesting is when I was listening to what y'all talking about, like, what is there to be said about it factor? You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about LeVar, right? And you think about the amount of pressure that he brings to it, now the amount of publicity that he brings to it. Like, how do I feel like the youngest son is probably going to be the one who's going to probably live up to the pressure, because I just his personality seems to kind of be built that kind of way. But like, what's there to be said about that? You know what I mean? Because I never really, when I looked at Lonzo play, I never got like, okay, this is somebody who can kind of like carry the team. Does that make sense? Like they can handle that kind of pressure.
That makes complete sense because he always needed somebody else to pass to.
Yeah.
So, and I never thought that Lonzo would get into the NBA and start putting up 30 points because he didn't have the it factor of today's NBA. You know what I'm saying? He had the it factor of the John Stockton, of the you know what I'm saying, the Steve Nash. Like, he was a passer. Well, nowadays, you know, the point guards are Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry. So they're gonna look at Lonzo different. Now, if it comes to assist game, he's got the it factor. But you're right. See, LaMelo, he grew up playing with his brothers. They were giants to him. He was the skinniest, he was the smallest. So, you know what I'm saying? He know how to fight through adversity. Just so happened the dude grew to be 6'7". And so now you got a problem on your hands. But definitely LaMelo has the it factor because he has every facet to his game. He don't just have the passing and like Lonzo, he don't just have the shooting like LiAngelo. You know, he's got the handles to shake him up as well. Because Jello and Lonzo both do not have a great handle, but LiAngelo is getting a great handle now. I don't know if you watch any updated videos of him and with Jermaine Jackson in Detroit, LaMelo's trainer. The boy's getting some fast handles. He's gonna be a problem too. But when you got to come through that adversity, like LaMelo grinding from the youngest with them brothers, you gonna have more of an it factor, and that's why LiAngelo is gonna come in as more of a beast than Lonzo, because he got to grind from the G League and stuff like that. Lonzo was the golden child; it was handed to him. All he got to do was pass to his brothers. You know what I'm saying? They can get the buckets. He run up and down. You get in the NBA, they like, no, you ain't the man just passing it. You know what I'm saying? We making the buckets. We the man.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, LeVar was always the one who said that. I always mix their names up, but the middle son that you just mentioned, he always heard him say he was the best shooter out of all of them. You know what I mean?
Facts. He's the most like his form is. It's not unorthodox like the others, which means that you can keep it even when you get tired. When you're got your elbow out and this and that, and you start losing your legs, it's hard to keep that same form. You're running and shooting. Jello has always had a set shot, so he will put the thing in there. And see, like Jello, he was averaging the most points in high school. He was getting the least amount of attention, averaging the most points. See, Lonzo thought that he could get to the NBA and still get the most attention while just having the most assists. No, it's the person with the most points in the NBA. So you're right. The middle son has always been the best shooter, always produced the most points. And people sometimes talk about his percentage, and Chino Hills and JBA was low, but no, as soon as he took it to professional overseas and he was, you know, playing in that system, over 40% 3-point shooter, you definitely right about Jello. He got the body type. LeVar talking about he's 6'7". My inside sources told me he didn't get that tall. You know, that's just a little bit of hype. But shoot, when you got the JJ Reddick's in the league at 6'3", you know, putting up shots, 6'4", putting up shots. Jello at 6'5", he can get it done. You know, he just got to prove it. You know, everybody, like I say, Jello's good, going to the NBA. They say, oh, we haven't seen enough. And I understand that too. So he's got to get in the G League. He's got to have some teammates that pass to him. He's got to get some minutes, some touches, and he might be the one that surprises everybody.
Yeah. I will say they definitely have all had to overcome different things to get to where they're going. You know what I'm saying? So I think that LeVar was trying his best to set it up to just have it be systematically. Y'all gonna all go to UCLA. And it just be easy. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? And then y'all all gonna make the same thing happen. And the way life work, as we all know, the shit has been all over the place. Zoe is the only one who has managed to take the prescribed route. You know what I'm saying? High school, McDonald's All-American, 1 year, go to the NBA. Jello, who was probably is going to have the hardest route anyway, is now probably taking still damn near the hardest route. You know what I'm saying? Now having to go through the G League. Melo, who was probably should have had the similar route to Zoe, is taking the hardest route. But I think that it probably to their benefit is going to make them better players, because like we talked about earlier, Ball Facts, the deficiency in Zoe game is the only thing really he knows is I got my brothers, I'm gonna throw them the ball, they're gonna get buckets. I'm gonna push the pace, you gonna run, everybody on this team bought in, and we doing what they and y'all doing what the coach said, who is my dad, and that's, you know what I mean? The other two brothers have had to figure out how to play in different systems. They have had to figure out how to play when the coach is like, nah, bro, you not, you know what I mean? This is not your squad. You know what I'm saying? You might be a focal point. We might give you some love, but this ain't your team. You know what I mean? So I think that when they touch down, it's not going to be the first time that I'm running a new system. You asking me to slow it down, and I don't really know how to slow it down like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's gonna be the gift that I believe that Jello has of I played overseas in like you said with Lithuania, and I still got buckets, and we had to slow the thing down by a lot. You know what I'm saying? I played what he do need to do, get them, like everybody say, show that he can hoop in the G League. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm loving the position that Melo is in, because he has the confidence have played in so many different systems and being able to dominate no matter what the system was. In the Drew League, dominated. In high school, both times dominated. In Europe, in the ball games, he had a better track record in the like big baller brand. What do they call them things? You know what I'm talking about, when they're in Lithuania? The games that they put on for them, you know what I mean? But still against different players and different styles, you know what I'm saying? Through the JBA, through JBA USA, Australia, you know what I mean? He keeps having the validation and the affirmation of no matter where in the planet you put me, I'm going to be the best player. So I feel like it's the same thing that you see with Luka Doncic, and I think that he's gonna have that similar success. But so there's gonna be some hoopers, man. I wish that this damn pandemic and all that stuff didn't happen, because we would already be seeing this by this point. We'd be seeing what he looked like in the summer league, and we would know where he gonna play at. So
isn't it something though that everybody thought Lonzo would be the one to bring his brothers up, and now the tables are turning. Everyone is starting to have the opinion and the thought that the younger and middle brothers will help Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's how it happens.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's life, man. They give you them lemons, you gotta make lemonade out of it, and they have managed to do that though in most cases. And the fact that they still all of the hurdles that they didn't had to jump over are still probably gonna all end up in the league. Just speak to like the persistence and all of that stuff. So it's dope though, man. It's crazy. But man, look, bro, I'm finna get up off here, man. I appreciate y'all hopping on. We gotta do this again, man. I love this StreamYard thing, man, and how it's easy it is to bring folks in on the live stream and all that stuff too, man.
Yeah, so that's fire, man. Thanks for putting the invitation out there, man. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
absolutely. Same here.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Mr. 100. Send me some music, bro. AB, get me in touch.
He was in the lab, not music, man. My dog, Mr. 100, is I don't know. What did you say you was doing music? No, right?
You say he was in the lab.
No, I ain't mean like that. Yeah, I was talking about on some business type stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know you got AB be doing the music, so I thought that
Nah, my guy. Honestly though, he's still somebody you could link up with though, because my man know what he's talking about when it comes to the business stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's my plug on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Published author, the whole 99. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of vibe.
Oh, for real? Okay, I might really need to link, and I'm not just talking. I gotta see what he was talking about. Give me a link to something, AB, after this. For real. I'm gonna remind you forget me.
Nah, I'll send it over in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
All right, bro.
For sure. Nice meeting you, though, man.
Nice meeting you too.
All right.
All right, man. I'm gonna hop off here.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off.
But yeah, man. Hey, y'all, appreciate all y'all tuning in, man. We was on here. I was only gonna be on for about 5 minutes. We ended up being for about 90. But it's been real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get out here. All right, bye.